So Danny here, and we're in Queens.
Yes.
And we're gonna take you on a little tour of some of the best dumplings here in New York City. Our first stop
Is one of my personal favorites, and it's called Kung Fu Dumpling on Main Street in Flushing.
Kung Fu Bao. I've heard it's one of the best soup dumplings here in Flushing, maybe even all of New York.
Here's my first attempt of making a critique of a soup dumpling. As I thought and continue to think, the soup is really good, broth is good. As I look inside, there's a very sizable, delightful, tasty pork dumpling inside.
The texture of the dough is it's not too doughy, and it's a little thin, so the texture is really nice.
But overall, it's one of the best places. I look forward to going to some more places with Danny and make some comparisons.
So we're here in Flushing, Queens, to sample some of the most unique and best dumplings in the city. And right now we're at Roosevelt and Prince to try White Bear. Alright, so we're here at White Bear, and you get pan-fried dumplings, there's steamed dumplings, there's soup dumplings, and then there's these guys. We got wontons with red hot chili oil, also known as Sichuan dumplings. So if you're in the mood for something with a little bit of heat, this is the place for you. We're gonna dissect the hot wonton with red hot oil. Alright, so as you can see, the dough is very thin, very chewy.
And it kind of is.
And here is the meat. This one has quite a bit of chives. I think that adds to the flavor. Size is a little bit smaller than the, I feel like I'm doing an autopsy. Nonetheless, I think all the onions, the scallions, the red hot oil just adds a dimension to the flavor that you just can't get. It makes it so unique. You just can't find this too often anywhere.
And this black stuff is whatever this is.
What is this? So Antonio and I are here in Chinatown on Eldridge Street, East Village, and we're gonna hit up some of the best dollar pan-fried dumplings in the city. Let's go. Prosperity Dumpling on Eldridge. Check it out. Oh wow, look at that. This is one tasty, oily, delicious, cheap fried dumpling.
Seems a little oily, as some dripped off the back end over here. The amount of scallions in here, which I honestly do not care for scallions, but the way it's in the minced pork and put together in this is very, very, very tasteful. I would like for it to be a little bit more crisp, but the flavorfulness of the pork just supersedes some of the other pork dumplings that we've had.
All right, so we're here at Joe's Shanghai on 9 Pell Street, Chinatown, Manhattan. Already off the bat I noticed that the dough is a lot thicker, it is fatter. So let's first let out the steam. I think how they do these is they have a gelatin broth cube, and the cube is fit inside this dough, and then as it's steamed, gelatin melts, turns into liquid, and then you have the nice hot soup dumpling. So there's the broth. Here's the size of the pork that you get. No chives that I see. Right. We're not gonna say which one's better, but we're just gonna highlight some of the strengths and characteristics and features that make the soup dumplings different. This one is a little bit of a battle because you got the ones in Flushing. What they have going great for them is their skin is very thin, chews very easily. A lot of people like that. What you get here at Joe's Shanghai, it's not thin, it's actually very thick. We ate all our dumplings. But the problem is it's so doughy that sometimes it gets trapped in the roof of your mouth. For some, they might not like that. For others, they might. But what you also get here that you don't get anywhere else is a lot of tourists come here, a lot of celebrities come here. Norman Reedus comes here when he's not shooting zombies with arrows. So New York City is great. And if you come here looking for the best of anything, you might not want to do that because you might leave sorely disappointed. But what New York has is great diversity, and I think that's awesome. Like even within dumplings today, there's so many different versions. You got the Sichuan dumplings, you got pan-fried dumplings, steamed dumplings, soup dumplings, the Shanghai style.
Today, I definitely had more dumplings than I've had in my whole life. I started off with the day on one dumpling place, and that was Kung Fu in Flushing, which Danny has not been to yet, and I am glad that he's actually enjoyed it, considering that he's tried so many other places. If I had to maybe go a little different twist from Danny of not picking one over the other, I think I'm gonna maybe pick one over the other a little bit. One, Kung Fu is right by my house, so that's very easy to get to. The price was slightly cheaper, about $5.50 in comparison to $5.95. It's only about 45-minute distance between each other by taking the 7 train, and that's my take on it. Thank you.
What's our next food vlog?
Next food vlog is a hot dog food vlog across New York City. That's what we're gonna do next.
Peace.